Quando male? Sempre. Agents, August 29, July, Australian Jobs 2025.
David, Mr. Lynch. David is not Mr. Lynch. Can you hear me from here? Because and if can you believe it? It's Friday, once again. It's Friday, once again. It's a 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 Friday, once again. And never did it Navidad. Totally cloudy. Yes, once again, no, finally, after many days. Today, Italy, sì, mi sa, totally cloudy ho fatto. Di scatta si genera con l'iter, poi insomma sunset. In pratica inizia cloudy. Sono raining, slight rain at the moment. At the general, so now. Sembra questo strano inizia react pratica di esizione in femminile si fa molto fare 29 se giusto se mi testa quindi lì la sua 8 che si vede 8 si vede che si vede così 8 che si sta corso fuori assieme poi usa senza la stagione, si mette diciamo per le Fourier, insomma si prende sta mano da forza di Fourier e prende non mi stiamo universi e questa pratica di investimento così tutti sei adesso ma ora tutti si fatto finché tutti tedeschi quindi io ho avuto mi sono solo levato before years for the birthday, the episode of the Chico Korea was on the Chinese supposedly. I'm sure that as it is in so that it's in that some of us like the mission to change this better accent la di mission di collaboration so for that autumn winter spins and for long as such as of winter energy for the spring and the energy of the general for the season so I think I questa figura delle figure assolutamente incomplete mettessa mi trasforma lì così sa mi dico la gente sente mi dice che tanta si sta stata per sé diversi ma si mette si assolutamente conta su di che compliamo su di compli poi si sta sempre su di sotto e in genere si sotto class children senza zitta stare sempre in particolare fuori in fortissimo adesso siete intervistate all'università di giugno si sono svesti dietro e la stessa famiglia non sono più i 5 dieci che sono certificati che li ho sul sordo ma in genere sono per il sole today yes it's not that thanks to this really bad sanitary bad atmosphere ieri it's workplace but not at all so I thought it's only bad atmosphere but it's still also we hope that also will be stability during the day I don't know but because already some what is warm tecnologico per l'atmosfera poi insistiamo a testare tutto questo genere I don't know if it is everything I just because it's not totally coming some of us insistiamo a testare questo it's a Friday once again as you know it's a full day Friday it's a Friday once again as you know it's a full day Friday it's a Friday once again as you know it's a full day Friday this Alberto Villisa. Fantastic, black, red, also white reason. Slightly different amount in comparison with the news. This is the fifth reason nello storymeter report. This is the news since I think more than 2 months. I also want on this thing, but so if the damage you better than the face, I think it should be more than 2 months and I'm using this reason in the Friday report. And the previous respectively turn the white and the turn the white the fourth the white creation appunto many weeks ago I think more than 2 months ago no so I'm using this and practically only for those who knows it might be at least 30 minutes and this cover all this covers all these 30 minutes on it into different rounds but it's important that it covers all the blood and yes I repeat this is really good is the new slight different model repeat red, black and also white the fifth reason also the most in general for this porzione di Nikolaj Stavrogin sulla porta di Lynch stata consonante per me attaccando sorta di bice sembra che per la chance si sente una città di music sa most of the best also che also is very cheap again. Cortina, se no, nelle cortigiane sembra una pizza, uscire sia il nostro perfetto. La stessa suppose e fa che sono una ripeta di sesa. Finalise, totally, non ho fatto da che mostrare, lì, in genere Claudia, scansa, signora, batte che Claudia, e con un nuovo tarino, si deve infatti, non sono da treno, per capire. My sensations are things I think later might become darker and blacker and also that might be or better also that we have more rain so it's just it's rain it's slight rain but se non mi tanto ma ci anzi it's così it's clear so come skin really clear band maximum nostra vita così tipo video non since a month to graduate, since more than 2 years, and then months was almost fucking sort of the fact that it's really 2 years and also in the temperatures was visible and also was a better visible for me it's a daily shot that's what it's been shot piaciuto sottivisimo e nei cortini sono girati così che si formi te ne sei sentire anzi non so bene and finally from a mediocre keyboard the magic something 40 APG 635 volts sono di che va stiamo da vivo follow the channel porta questa è la indicatore sono un nuovo sistema sono myself trust mosques and finally I hope I own at breakfast today it's late in general also for my hours perhaps I'm also slightly late because late because the problem is very good se non entro il dritto questo è ma che si finta nel film fu completo di start with ti finta in parte invece tu così finché te la vorresti cose maestri i suoi stracci per te ripete magari che lo usa si vede late tools for hours perhaps so slightly late it's just really obviously questo include non in 5 minutes but dingen als je samen zit en samen mee wordt bij wortelen met zo Amelia. En zo zijn. Ik heb zo zo'n mast, ik weet niet of het met me verwoorden. Zo luider, dat is mooi en wat. Zo samen is het even de biscuit en me voorkomt. Biscuit en zeer, vind ik het gewoon best te weten. Ik heb nog tijd dat je ook als je bij is, vanuit de mystieke, je was zo ver te biscuit en zijn in een mating particular. Raartwings, Lisa, restaurant van de mik, productie een shot, zodat ik het zeer niet terugafjes. Wat dus is ook als factor zijn, als we kunnen lezen, een soort fragment video's. Een shot heeft de zet, het is maar 2 months. I think no, 2 months. 4 or 5 months, not 6. Ik zat met dus dat komt in de zin, dat is van hier, dat je met de zet weer. Yes, there is a man in quick because the definition that for me is a shot. Only one for the same video, for the video before I was supposed to speak, and within this and soon effective as a breakfast. Always a moment, this is a bit in particular, but a mega moment. It's a new thing about successful, even if there are other movies yesterday, like Conan, there are NCRs from his position, and I shouldn't use it. That's a position, bam. NCRs are good. I had to recommend them to me because they are really super bad. Adesso, tomorrow is supposed to fare, fare, facendo tutto il modo, le per mamma